In this slide, you can see the title is given. This is the title of the unit, then title of the point we are going to study, that is the digestive system of pigeon. It is also a complete digestive system. It is a nutritional apparatus for pigeon. Okay, let us see what exactly it is, how it is located. So it is well developed compared with the other animals. So far we have learned. Apart from that, it is a little different. You can see in the diagram. So concentrate on the diagram first. See the diagram very carefully. Go through each and every part labeled in the diagram. Then we will discuss about it. Take a half minute for this to go through the diagram. Okay, I hope everybody have seen the diagram properly, and you must have also saw the names or the titles or labels given to the diagram. Now this digestive system of pigeon, also a complete digestive system, possess alimentary canal and associated glands separately. Alimentary canal started in the mouth itself. As it is a bird, the mouth cavity or mouth is bounded by a pair of beak or upper and lower jaw, that is actually a beak and not the lips. So beak is a special derivative of integument present in the birds, as we have a derivative as a skin on the body, and that skin is entered in the mouth and our lips are formed. But in case of bird, lips are not there, but the skin is converted or modified into beak, that is upper beak and lower beak. The beak is also called as bill, B-I-L-L, bill. So these two beak bounded the mouth. Whatever the pigeon eat, on the basis of that, the beak is a smaller one. Now everybody knows that pigeon is a granivorous bird. Granivorous bird means the animal or the bird which take grains as a food material. Sometimes some small pebbles, small stones also intaken by pigeon along with the grains. So granivorous bird having a very small, little pointed and short beak bounding the mouth. Then into the mouth cavity. The mouth cavity, or it is also called as buccal cavity. It is also a small one, and this buccal cavity possesses internally a very short tongue. Okay, inside the mouth cavity there is a presence of tongue also, but it is a very small and fleshy one. It has very few test buds, so it can test the food material. Not like human being, we can able to recognize number of tests, but it is not the case in other animals. So it can guess the food grains, what quality of the food grains is present. So that's why this mouth, which is leading into buccal cavity, has a flat tongue with the numerous test buds as well as mucus glands present in it. As mucus glands are present in the buccal cavity, the buccal cavity definitely able to secrete some juices or secretion that moist the food material. Now these grains, which are taken by the pigeon, then pass into a very small or narrow pharynx. narrow pharynx. You can see the second number in the alimentary canal is given to pharynx. The mouth is not written actually because it is bounded by beak itself. So we directly considered buccal cavity as a first component. Second is pharynx now. Pharynx is a small and narrow area which immediately leads into a long, wide, distensible, and thick walled tube that you can see in the diagram. I will show you in the diagram here. This is a pharynx region, and then it is open into esophagus. It is a thick walled tube with a uniform diameter. It is running downwards into the next area of the digestive tract. Okay, this is a long esophagus. What is the role of esophagus then? Role of esophagus is to take the food material forward into the next area of the digestive tract. Otherwise, no digestion take place in the esophagus. Even in the pharynx, digestion do not take place. You just imagine when pigeon is taking grains in the mouth. Continuously, pigeon is busy in picking up the grains. Those grains are not broken with the help of beak. Rather, only picked up and simply taken in the digestive tract. And then next is picked up and again it is taken inside. Likewise, this is a continuous process going on until and unless the grains are finished in that area. So there is no churning process. There is no cutting of the food material take place as we do. What we do, we chew the food material. We convert the large food particles into the smaller food particles by cutting them in the mouth cavity. But it is not the case in the birds or in the pigeon itself. Right. After that, when the pharynx is open into esophagus, then esophagus further extended into the very thin bilobed sac. It is elastic as well as bilobed sac. By the name given bilobed, because you can see, observe, this is one lobe and this is another lobe, second lobe, which is extended from esophagus. So it becomes a sac-like elastic bilobed pouch, bilobed elastic pouch, and this is called as crop. So esophagus is given rise to crop. Now what it bears? It has internally mucus secreting glands. Mucus secreting glands. I will tell you about the glands later on. Now the crop, which is served as what is the actual function of the crop? Not only having the mucus secreting glands, but it is also useful for storing the food material, storing the grains which is swallowed by the bird. Even the dry food material is also stored and moistened and softened. It is moistened and softened in the crop. As like cockroach, the earlier animal we have learned, the crop was also present in the cockroach and the function was also similar. The function in the cockroach was also storage of food material. Here also crop is playing the same role, and that is storage of the food material. But along with that, it is also moistening the food material, softening the food material by secreting the mucus on it, as the mucus secreting glands are present in the crop. So this lining of the crop is having mucus secreting cells which are continuously secreting the mucus on the food material present in the crop. So it gets softened and moistened. Now, whenever this moistening process is completed, now this quality of food material is called as pigeon's milk. It is called as pigeon's milk. Now, this pigeon's milk is not present or not developed in all the birds, but it is developed in the breeding season only and in both sexes, not only in the male and female, but in both sexes. I would like to write one word for you, that is pigeon's milk. You can also keep on writing whatever the new words you came across. You just write there. Now this is pigeon's milk. Where it is formed? It is formed in the crop. Now how it is formed? It is formed by degeneration of some epithelial cells present in the lining of crop. Degeneration of epithelial cells present in the lining of the crop. What does it mean? And why it is necessary? These epithelial cells are degenerated and pigeon milk is formed, and it is formed in both sexes, male as well as in female. Normally, we use word milk for female because females produce milk for young ones. But in case of birds, especially in the pigeon, male and female both can prepare their pigeon's milk. And when it is possible? Only during breeding period. Only during breeding period. At that time, the crop epithelial cells are broken down or degenerated and converted into pigeon's milk and mixes with the grains, whatever they have taken, whatever the animal or the bird have taken in. आता हे जे पिजन्स मिल्क तयार झालेलं आहे, हे पिजन्स मिल्कचा उपयोग काय? इट इज फॉर दॅट पर्टिक्युलर बर्ड और इज इट फॉर समवन एल्स? इट इज नॉट फॉर दॅट पर्टिक्युलर बर्ड, बट इट इज फॉर देअर यंग वन. त्यांनी जन्माला घातलेले जे पिल्लू आहे, नवीन जन्म घेतलेले जे बर्ड आहे, छोटा पिजन जो आहे त्याच्यासाठी. मग कसं ते देणार आहेत? The milk is regurgitated into mouth. या क्रॉप मधलं जे मिल्क आहे तयार झालेलं हे पिजन्स मिल्क हे रिगर्जिटेट केलं जातं. रिगर्जिटेशन म्हणजे परत एकदा डायजेस्टिव्ह सिस्टीम मधून तोंडामध्ये ते फूड मटेरियल आणलं जातं. रिगर्जिटेशन. The word is regurgitation. Regurgitation means taking the any material, in this case milk, pigeon's milk. It is reverted back into the mouth, and from mouth it is given to young one. तुम्ही जर एखादा यंग वन नेस्ट मध्ये बघितलं असेल आणि त्याचे आई वडील त्याला जर खाऊ घालत असतील, हे जर चित्र बघितलं असेल, तर तुम्हाला लक्षात येत नसेल की ते त्या आईच्या किंवा त्या वडिलांच्या म्हणजे मेल आणि फिमेल पॅरेंट्सच्या तोंडामध्ये काहीच असत नाही. तुम्हाला असं वाटतं की त्यांच्या तोंडात काहीच नाही आणि ते काय भरवत आहेत, त्या पिल्लाला काय भरवत आहेत. बऱ्याच वेळेला ते भरवत असतं, कंटिन्युअसली ती प्रोसेस चालू असते. तुम्ही म्हणाल की त्यांच्या तोंडामध्ये कुठलेही ग्रेन्स नाही आहे किंवा इन्सेक्ट नाही आहे, काहीच नाही आहे फूड. देन व्हॉट दे डू? तर ते त्यावेळेला पिजन्स मिल्क भरवत असतात. ठीक आहे. सो दिस इज फॉर यंग वन. सो क्रॉप इज व्हेरी युजफुल फॉर दॅट पर्टिक्युलर वर्क. म्हणजे त्याचे दोन फंक्शन्स आहेत बघा. एक स्टोरेज ऑफ ग्रेन्स आणि दुसरं नरिशमेंट. Nourishment to young ones. Nourishment to young ones. असा त्या क्रॉपचा रोल असणार. So we have reached up to crop, right? After that, Next part is stomach. You can see the stomach next to the crop. How it is developed? It is formed by taking one tube from the crop. क्रॉप मधून ही जी ट्यूब आहे ही इथं कंटिन्यू झाली आणि ती स्टमक मध्ये ओपन होती. The stomach is now differentiated into two parts. Stomach सुद्धा एक सिंगल नाही आहे. It is also differentiated into two parts, namely proventriculus and ventriculus. इथं मी लिहितो. You can also write down in your notebook proventriculus, and second is ventriculus. Proventriculus and ventriculus. The proventriculus, which is present anteriorly, and it is a glandular part, whereas ventriculus, it is also called as gizzard, and it is present posteriorly, and it is muscular part. The proventriculus is anteriorly present, ventriculus posteriorly present. So we can divide like this. The upper one is proventriculus, lower one is ventriculus. Similarly, the labels are given. Stomach, it is a proventriculus. Gizzard, it is a ventriculus. But in all, it is stomach. It is complete stomach. It is anteriorly present. This is ventriculus is posteriorly present. Proventriculus is a glandular. Here we can write it is a glandular, whereas ventriculus is muscular. So three different things we can write regarding stomach. Stomach is differentiated into proventriculus and ventriculus. Second, proventriculus is anteriorly present. Ventriculus is posteriorly present. And third thing is proventriculus is a glandular, means glands are present in the proventriculus, and ventriculus is muscular. It has muscles in it. It is also called as gizzard. Now, what must be the function regarding that? The proventriculus is a thick walled structure, and it is having glands that is called as gastric glands, which secrete gastric juices. Ventriculus or gizzard, it is a large structure compared with the upper one, and it is laterally compressed and biconvex. Biconvex म्हणजे कसं? Biconvex म्हणजे दोन्ही बाजूनी चपटा असलेला आहे. Flat from both sides. Biconvex with very thick muscular walls. Now this narrow lumen, which is lined by a rough and horny thick yellow colored epithelium, which are having tubular glands present in the stomach or in the proventriculus. Now after this stomach, the stomach is opening into intestine. Wherever stomach open into intestine, I will show you here. It is opening into intestine, where exactly where there is a presence of a valve. Presence of a valve. That valve is called as pyloric valve. This valve is present between stomach and intestine. Okay, pyloric valve is present between stomach and intestine. जिथं स्टमक संपतं आणि जिथं इंटेस्टाईन सुरू होतं त्याबरोबर रेंजमध्ये किंवा त्या जंक्शनला पायलॉरिक वॉल्व प्रेझेंट असते. So this valve allows the food material, whenever it opens, it allows the food material to take itself in the intestine. Now intestine is the next part of our digestive system. इथपर्यंत समजलं का बघा? स्टमक पर्यंत आयडिया क्लिअर झाली का बघा? मी परत एकदा रिपीट करतो तुमच्यासाठी, तुम्हाला आयडिया येईल व्यवस्थित त्याची. Digestive system of pigeon is divided into two parts: alimentary canal and associated digestive glands. Alimentary canal have following regions, which starts with the buccal cavity, in which the fleshy tongue is present, but it is very short, with very few taste buds. The grains are taken from the buccal cavity into pharynx, which is a common passage for air as well as food material. Pharynx take the food material into the esophagus, which is a long tube with uniform diameter, and it is a very narrow structure. It is internally lined by very few mucus secreting cells, which take the grains immediately down into the next part of the digestive tract, and that is called as crop. The crop is formed into two sides of the esophagus, and that is why it is called as bilobed structure. It is elastic in nature, and internally crop have glandular structures or glandular secretions, and they secrete mucus inside. The food which is received from esophagus is stored in the crop. The stored food material is softened and moistened. Along with that, the epithelial lining of the crop is degenerated and converted into pigeon's milk in case of breeding birds. That pigeon's milk can be regurgitated back into the mouth for young ones to feed. Crop is then opened into stomach, which is made up of two regions. The upper one is proventriculus, the lower one is called as ventriculus, or anterior and posterior. The proventriculus is glandular structure, whereas ventriculus is muscular structure. The ventriculus is playing important role in crushing the food material. तो एक पार्ट तुम्हाला सांगायचा राहिला. गिझार्डचा रोल जसा कॉक्रोच मध्ये होता तसाच जवळपास इथं पण आहे, थोडंसं स्ट्रक्चरल डिफरन्स आहे. हियर ventriculus or gizzard is storing some pebbles or stones. म्हणजे या पक्ष्यानं ज्या वेळेला ग्रेन्स खाल्लेले असतील त्यावेळेला तो छोटे छोटे खडे सुद्धा खाऊन घेतो. छोटे छोटे स्टोन्स, खडे तो खाऊन घेतो, आणि त्या ग्रेन्स आणि त्या स्टोनच्या मदतीने ते ग्रेन्स जे आहेत ते काय केले जातात, क्रश केले जातात. So almost like same activity played in the cockroach by the gizzard as a mixer. Similarly, here gizzard also playing a role of mixer, crushing the grains in the stomach. Then this stomach is opening into intestine, where exactly the junctional area is present. The pyloric valve is located or guarded the stomach and intestine. Now let us talk about intestine. There are two types of intestine present. There is one that is called as small intestine. The other one is called as large intestine. The small intestine is about 15 centimeter long, and it is made up of anterior duodenum and posterior ileum. Here you can see in the diagram, duodenum is the earlier part, and the next one is ileum. So it is making intestine, small intestine part. So it starts here and it runs up to this part. Now this tube or this digestive tract, somebody has started their mic. Please mute yourself. Thank you. Now, this tube or this small intestine, as I said, it is made up of duodenum and ileum. What about duodenum? Duodenum is a U-shaped tubular structure. U-shaped tubular structure, and it is enclosing the pancreas in between. त्याच्यामध्ये pancreas ओपन झालेला आहे. Can anybody, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I thought that electricity has gone and we have discontinued. We are continuing, no problem. We shall continue. Duodenum is a U-shaped tube. U-shaped tube, and this U-shaped tube internally has pancreas as the associated digestive gland. जर इथं क्लिअर करतो ड्रॉइंग म्हणजे समजेल तुम्हाला. ह्या डिओडेनमच्या यू शेपच्या ट्यूब मध्ये आतल्या बाजूला पॅनक्रियास दाखवले. ओके, पॅनक्रियास इज देअर. दिस पॅनक्रियास इज प्रेझेंट बिटवीन the U shape of duodenum, and then ileum started from here up to here. The short ileum is present. Now, what this duodenum possesses internally? Duodenum contains very small, minute, finger-like processes, and that is called as villi. म्हणजे त्याचे हिस्टॉलॉजिकल स्ट्रक्चर मध्ये तुम्ही जर स्ट्रक्चर त्याचे सेल स्टडी केले तर तुम्हाला दिसेल त्याच्यामध्ये villi प्रेझेंट आहे. And it also possesses crypts of Lieberkühn. It is a special structure present in the duodenum. These are the glandular cells found between the villi of the intestine of this bird. I will write the name crypts. Crypts of Lieberkühn. Spelling, mind the spelling very clearly. Lieberkühn. So crypts of Lieberkühn. The name of the scientist Lieberkühn. He has discovered about this particular cells present in the duodenum in the internal lining. So the name given, crypts of Lieberkühn, is present in the villi of the duodenum. Now they are along with that, some goblet cells are also present. One more type of cells are also present, that is goblet cells. So, crypts of Lieberkühn, villi, and goblet cells are present in the duodenum. Now, these glandular cells, as well as goblet cells, what they secrete? They secrete intestinal juice and mucus. म्हणजे हे लिबरकन जे आहे ते इंटेस्टिनल ज्यूस सिक्रेट करेल. इंटेस्टिनल ज्यूस फॉर डायजेशन पर्पज. आणि गॉबलेट सेल जे आहेत ते म्युकस सिक्रेट करते. So mucus will help in maintaining the moistening area or moistening medium in the duodenum, whereas intestinal juice will help in chemically digesting the food material or the grains. आता ह्या duodenum मध्ये तुम्ही डायग्राम मध्ये बघा. मी ड्रॉइंग क्लिअर करतो म्हणजे दिसेल. डायग्राम मध्ये बघा, पॅनक्रियाज लोकेट झालेलं आहे डिओडेनमच्या यू शेप मध्ये. आता हे पॅनक्रियाज काय करतं तर त्याचे जे ओपनिंग आहेत ते डिओडेनम मध्ये असतात. पॅनक्रियाज ओपन इनटू डिओडेनम. अलॉंग विथ दॅट लिव्हर ऑल्सो ओपन इनटू डिओडेनम. वर बघा, हे लिव्हर आहे, आणि हे पॅनक्रियाज आहे. So pancreas and liver both opens into duodenum and secrete their secretions. काय secrete करतात? काय secrete करतात? Liver secrete bile and pancreas secrete pancreatic juices. Okay, pancreatic juices. मी इथे राईट लिहितो. Pancreas secrete
सेव केल्या सगळ्या हुशाराच्या आमदार सेव केल्या 3 लिटर घेतल्या
pancreatic juices. Pancreatic.
बाई मारो
आणि लिव्हर कोणतरी बॅकग्राऊंड मध्ये बोलतंय. माझ्याशी बोला. काय अडचण असेल तर माझ्याशी बोला. तुमचा आवाज म्यूट करा. Pancreas secrete pancreatic juices, liver secrete bile. Right. So these are the two secretions. अजून तिसरं सिक्रेशन मगाशी आपण लिहिलेलं होतं की जे स्वतः त्या डिओडेनमचं असतं. That is secreted by the crypt of Lieberkühn, and that is secreted which is intestinal juice. डिओडेनम काय सिक्रेट करेल? डिओडेनमच्या सेल्स ह्या intestinal ज्यूस सिक्रेट करते. ह्या 3 गोष्टी ह्या डिओडेनम मध्ये सिक्रीट केल्या जातात, विच आर हेल्पफुल फॉर डायजेशन पर्पज. जे काही फूड मटेरियल स्टमक मधून इंटेस्टाइन मध्ये येईल ते जे ते ह्या 3 प्रकारच्या सिक्रिशन्स न डायजेस्ट होणार आहे. 1. Pancreatic juice secreted from pancreas. 2. Bile secreted from liver. 3. Intestinal juice secreted from intestine itself, that is duodenum itself. समजला? हा पार्ट झाला duodenumचा. Now this duodenum open into the ileum, that is a very short area which is especially meant for absorption of the food material. इलियम काय पुढे करणार आहे? जे काही डायजेस्ट झालेले फूड आहे ते ऍब्झॉर्प्शन ची प्रोसेस सुरू करणार आहे. देन इलियम ओपन्स. हे बघा, हे इलियम जे आहे ते इथून अगदी इथपर्यंत असतं आणि हे लार्ज इंटेस्टाइन जवळपास इथं सुरू होईल. कुठं या रिजन पासून इथून लार्ज इंटेस्टाइन सुरू होईल. मी आडवा रो तयार करतो. लार्ज इंटेस्टाइन is made up of rectum, that is the main part, rectum. Earlier there is a colon also. Colon सुद्धा part इथं असतं. तर लार्ज इंटेस्टाइन मध्ये काय होतं किंवा त्याला हाइंड गट म्हणू शकता तुम्ही. इट इज व्हेरी लार्ज अँड इट इज अ शॉर्ट वन इन लेंथ. साईजने लार्ज आहे पण लेंथने शॉर्ट आहे. जे काही अनडायजेस्टेड फूड मटेरियल आहे ते आता ह्या लार्ज इंटेस्टाइन मध्ये पास केलं जाईल. Now this part is differentiated into the anterior rectum region and then into cloaca. Cloaca is the last part. The rectum is a very short, about 4 centimeter in length, and there is actually one valve or sphincter is present between rectum and earlier ileum, that is called as cloaca. That is called as the rectal ceci. That is also called as rectal ceci, which is shown in the diagram. Now the whatever waste material is present or formed, undigested food material is formed, which is taken into the rectum. आता रेक्टम मध्ये डायजेशन प्रोसेस होणार नाही, ऍब्झॉर्प्शन प्रोसेस होणार नाही, पण थोड्या प्रमाणात ह्या जे 2 फिंगर शेप 2 छोट्या स्ट्रक्चर्स दाखवले आहेत त्याला रेक्टल सिकी म्हटलेलं आहे. ते जे सिकी आहेत त्यात थोड्या प्रमाणात वॉटरचं रिअब्झॉर्प्शन करतं. जर वॉटर जास्त जात असेल फूड मधून तर ते इथून ऍब्झॉर्ब करून टिश्यू मध्ये परत पाठवलं जातं. अदरवाईज rest of the waste material is thrown outside the body. Now regarding water absorption, let me tell you one very interesting concept in the bird. Now this is all about the system or the alimentary canal. Okay, we will talk about that interesting fact later on. We'll first finish the associated digestive glands. The digestive glands are the salivary glands, which are present in the mouth cavity, which are releasing the salivary secretion, which contain amylase, which are having ability to digest the starchy food material into glucose 1. Then the liver, as I already told you, the liver is releasing its bile into the duodenum for digestion purpose. Pancreas present in the U-shaped tube of the duodenum, and it secretes pancreatic secretion or pancreatic juices, and gastric glands which are present inside the duodenum. That is called as crypt of Lieberkühn and mucus secreting glands. So all they are supplementing or helping the digestive alimentary canal for digestion process. Now what about this bird and water reabsorption capacity? As we everybody know, the birds are drinking very less water. As they are drinking very less water, they don't want to throw more water out of their body. त्यांच्या बॉडीमधून ते पाण्याचं सिक्रेशन सुद्धा जास्त करत नाहीत किंवा बाहेर फेकत पण नाहीत जास्त पाणी. सो दे ऑलवेज ट्राय टू कन्झर्व वॉटर. जास्तीत जास्त पाणी कसं वाचवता येईल याच्यासाठी ते प्रयत्न करतात. अँड दॅट्स वाय दिस रेक्टल सिकी आर डेव्हलप्ड अँड दे आर कन्झर्विंग वॉटर and whatever waste material formed, fecal matter formed, that fecal matter along with the excretory matter thrown outside in the form of uric acid. त्यांचं जे वेस्ट बाहेर फेकलं जातं ते युरिक ऍसिडच्या फॉर्म मध्ये बाहेर फेकलं जातं. आता हे जे युरिक ऍसिड आहे त्याच्यामध्ये तुम्ही बघा पाण्याचं प्रमाण खूप कमी असतं. तुम्ही जर पिजनचं वेस्ट मटेरियल बघितलं तर ते व्हाईटिश or grayish colors असतं. That whitish content is due to presence of uric acid in it. आणि थोडासा grayish किंवा blackish part जो असतो तो undigested fecal matter असतो. बर्ड मध्ये एकच ओपनिंग असतं. excretory food material, undigested excretory nitrogenous waste material आणि undigested food material हे दोन्ही बाहेर टाकण्यासाठी एकच ओपनिंग असतं ते म्हणजे क्लोएका. त्यामुळं याच्यामध्ये दोन ओपनिंग वेगवेगळे असत. त्यामुळे जे काही फूड अनडायजेस्टेड फूड बाहेर फेकलं जाईल आणि एक्सक्रिटरी वेस्ट बाहेर फेकलं जाईल दोन्हीही एकत्र बाहेर पडतात. या दोन्हीला आपण तुम्ही युरिक ऍसिड असं म्हणू शकता. ते बॉडीच्या बाहेर फेकलं जातं. दॅट इज ऑल अबाउट द डायजेस्टिव्ह सिस्टम ऑफ पिजन. I hope everybody have cleared the things or understood the digestive system of pigeon. समजले?
Yes.
कोणाला डाऊट असेल तर याच्याबद्दल विचारा.